What's up you guys, it's Strider, and in today's video I'm going to show you a couple quick tips that should help you play a little bit better in Insurgency. Tip number 1 would be to walk while you're cutting corners. A lot of people get confused and think that when they're not running that they're walking, but there actually is a dedicated button, and it is the Alt button by default. It's on toggle. You can switch it to hold. I like using toggle because it allows me to just sprint right out of it. But when you press Alt, it actually slows your movement and keeps you very silent and makes you actually more steady when you aim and while you're walking and cutting a corner to be sure there's not enemies there. What walking also does is allow you to be silent while you're moving. What happens a lot of times is if people with headphones like I have will turn them up to where they can hear enemies walking into a building by the way their feet shuffle. Now if you don't believe me, here's the audio from running, regular jogging, and walking. Now this next tip is just a suggestion, but I would definitely take a look at it still. What it is the field of view settings and the video options. What it does is basically change what you're able to see on your peripheral vision, and if you have a widescreen monitor this can be super helpful. To give you an example of what these settings look like, I took the screenshot and this is at 90 field of view. What you can see on the left with the red square, I would definitely pay attention to that. As I switch to 110, you can see that the entire left part where the guy could be coming around the corner outside, you would not have been able to see that before, and I put a side by side right here for you to look at. And in the second screenshot, I want you to pay attention on the left as well. You can see in the first 90 field of view that there's not much to look at on the left side, but when I switch to 110, you're able to actually see an entire building and 2 windows that somebody could be shooting out of, where you wouldn't have been able to see that before like you can see in this side by side. For tip number 3 of this video, I focus on being situationally aware of your surroundings and what the enemy may be able to see that you're not thinking of. So for instance, with this sniper here, he's in a great spot and he's aiming down the street laying down behind the Humvee. But the problem is he thinks the tire on the right is covering him, but when I switch to the perspective of the other side, you can clearly see he's sticking out quite a bit and his sniper barrel gives him away significantly. Here's a second example of an insurgent I actually found down the street that was peeking between 2 open gates, and what it looked like on the left that he was covered by this gate, but when I switch to the other side of what it looks like from down the street, you can see that the sniper or anybody else looking can clearly take a clean shot at his head, his arm, or even the gun is sticking out so much that it would be super hard to miss him. So when you're playing and you're hiding behind cover, especially if you're laying down, try to be aware of what the enemy might be able to see, and in fact back up or change positions to a better position that would be more secure. So other than that guys, that's all the tips I have for today. I hope you can take some of them and apply them to your game style. The great thing is a lot of these can be applied to any game that you play, especially first person shooters. There's not much else to say other than that there's going to be a sweet video series that I'm going to be uploading with Vigilante Gamers soon. Keep an eye out for that. It could be even tomorrow the first video goes up. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you later.